6 categories. Okay, boomerang. Next, it's a fact. Holidays and observances. 2-word TV titles. Which country's chorus? Identify the country. And finally, contronyms. Each correct response, a single word.
Okay, Polly,
All right.
You're unmuted, ready to go.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Well, welcome, Lions leaders, to the Global Action Team Roadshow, a series of 4 weekly sessions. We started with new clubs development, followed by new member recruitment and retention. And we hope that through this series of presentations, you will be inspired to lead and take our organization to a higher level with rejuvenating our local Lions memberships and new service and fellowships. Tonight, we're going to focus on retention with service and fellowship. I am Lion Polly Voon, Past Council Chairman. I serve as one of the 18 GAT area leaders in CA1 and CA2, and I cover the 9 districts in MD19. Moderating the roadshow with me is Past District Governor Mark Menzel, who serves as MD19 NAMI champion. Assisting us with the background logistics, our Past International Director Ann Smarsh, who is 19B GLT Coordinator, and Past District Governor Sharon Sykes, 19C GLT Co-Chair. Thank you both for your assistance. In addition to the MD19 Lions, we welcome a number of Lions from MD36 Oregon, 39 Idaho, and 49 Alaska. Joining us tonight is Constitutional Area 2 International Director Lion Ellen Hunt. Ellen, do you have a few words to share with our roadshow community?
Sure, I can say a few words. Good evening, everybody. I have the opportunity to sit on quite a few of these NAMI roadshows. And I must say the attendance on this one is pretty significant. Some of the ones I'm on have not as many people, should we say. So congratulations for everybody showing up. I have this old saying that the world's run by those who show up, and you're filling that part of the whole game. Actually is a Global Action Team, you're on NAMI, but anyhow, it's all rolled into one in my mind. Actually, the whole bunch of stuff's rolled into one. We're right in the middle of the international board meeting right now. It starts at 4:30 in the morning, so you can sort of imagine what time you actually have to be up and be sort of mentally sharp with things. Some things that have kind of floated up that may be of interest with respect to how we're surviving this pandemic. There's a vision out there that we're going to we're kind of circling around and not getting very far with anything. Just some numbers for you. Service activity reporting from the 1st of July till the last week in September last year, we reported 40,340. This is globally. This year is 48,118, which is a 19% increase. We've shown a 44% increase in meetings this year over last year, and donations have increased from 56,000 to 77,000. This is essentially in North America. People served to date, 2019 was 24,853,984. And this year to date is 45,744,368, maybe 69, who knows. Service activity reporting in itself is not exactly where I get excited about. I'm usually happy when people are up in the 90% range. In our area of North America, we're sitting at 27%. So there's room for improvement, but with all the other things that are going on, I think we're doing fairly well, actually really well. So thank you for all the things that you're doing to make this a better world with what you're doing with the Global Action Team. If you got any questions of me now or later, my email's out there, so it's pretty prominent. You can always ask me questions, and just thank past Council Chair Polly and everybody else for all the good things you're doing with doing what you're doing with the Global Action Team. Any questions before I find something else to do?
If you have anything that you might think of, do put it in the chat box, and we'll certainly then forward it on
Pass it
to
on.
Alan, and Alan can get the answers back to us, and we'll make sure that you all get it as well. So thank you, Alan, for being with us this evening. We appreciate you joining us. I know you have a very busy schedule. Now, yeah, on the screen, some ground rules. I think we've covered most of it as far as asking any questions using the chat box. We'll monitor the questions and comments as we go along. If you are calling in on the phone, we don't have the ability to mute your line. So we're going to ask you to mute yourself if you're phoning on the phone. Next slide, please. This is session 3, retention with service and fellowship. Next. Now, in yesterday's email with the link to today's meeting, you were asked to prepare ahead of tonight's session a 25-word or less description of a creative service project that you have experienced or seen. So will you please enter the description in the chat box with your name and district? I've had a couple that's been emailed to me today, so those will be included as well. So time permitting, we shall call on 1 or 2 of you to talk about your project. We shall record all the submissions in a document and include it in the group email after the session, so then we can share it with everybody else. Okay, next slide. Now, today we're going to talk about how impactful and innovative service and fellowship keeps current members engaged and potential members interested in joining Lions. Next. Our third area is going to focus on retention by improving member experience through impactful service projects. We will focus on bringing our members, Lions, and Leos together around hands-on service projects. We will ask our clubs to engage members in innovative service projects, as these will lead to an increased member satisfaction. Once you have completed this learning experience on retention with service and fellowship, you will understand and be empowered to take action on the following objectives: plan and implement service projects in support of our global causes, use the service journey along with other tools and resources to help clubs assess and serve their communities, promote the service launchpad, encourage clubs to engage in virtual service in the age of COVID-19, promote importance and benefits of reporting service, and train club leaders to report in My Lion. Next slide. Lions have united around 5 areas of need known as the global causes. These global causes present significant challenges to humanity, and we believe it's our turn to meet them, because where there's a need, there's a lion. Now let's review each of the global causes. Next slide. The first global cause is diabetes. Diabetes is the signature cause of lions and Leos around the world. Diabetes can lead to serious diseases affecting the heart and blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, nerves, and teeth. In most high-income countries, diabetes is the leading cause of cardiovascular disease, blindness, kidney failure, and lower limb amputation. It is expected to affect, get this, 629 million adults by 2045. Now, Lions serve to draw out, obtain information on the prevalence of diabetes and improve the quality of life for those diagnosed. Next slide. The second global cause is vision. Now, globally, 253 million people are blind or have moderate to severe distance vision impairment. And more than 75% of those cases are avoidable. 1.1 billion have near vision impairment simply because they don't have a pair of glasses. Imagine that. 89% of people with visual impairment live in developing countries. Lions serve to prevent avoidable blindness and improve quality of life for people who are blind and visually impaired. Next slide. The third global cause is hunger. 815 million people are affected by hunger annually, including 155 million children under age 5 who suffer from chronic malnutrition. 33% of women of reproductive age suffer from anemia. At the same time, 1/3 of our annual food production is lost or wasted throughout the entire supply chain. Lions serve to ensure all community members have access to nutritious foods. Next slide. The fourth global cause is environment. Over 15 billion trees are cut down every year, and it's estimated that the global tree count has decreased by nearly 50% since the start of human civilization. Lions serve to protect and restore our environment to improve the well-being of all communities. Next slide. And our fifth global cause is childhood cancer. Every 2 minutes, a child is diagnosed with cancer, a number that has been increasing steadily for the past 20 years. More than 90% of childhood cancer deaths occur in low resource settings. Lions serve to help those affected by childhood cancer survive and thrive. And now, Mark, will you please take us on the service journey?
Thanks, Polly. The Lions are united around our global causes. We talk about the legacy of Lions Clubs International. We talk about service. Ever since our founder, Melvin Jones, had a vision to change the world through acts of kindness, service has been the heartbeat of our organization. It's why we became Lions in the first place. It's why we take our time, our talents, and invest them in our community. It's how we make lives better. You're making a difference right in your own community. That's what it's all about. That's what Lions have done for over 100 years. So what is it about service of Lions that has stood the test of time? Why does compassion continue to move us to act and to work to change? In a world of increasing needs, we can increase our service to keep up, but we have to do better. We believe the service journey is the answer to the important questions. It's our how, it's our way, it's our mission of action, and it's our journey. Next slide. So Lions, there's actually a 4-part process to what is called the service journey, and we're going to talk about that now. And there are stages along the way, and it takes us to someplace new, someplace special. And when we reach our destinations, we're not only changed lives around us along the way, we probably change our own. So let's take a look at these 4 phases of the service journey. Next slide. We'll begin with the learn phase. This is about increasing our understanding of our communities, our world, and the needs that are out there. Learning makes it possible for us to be effective. It helps us gather needed information, draw insights, and understand how new information fits into the bigger picture. It helps us expand our awareness, develop common goals, and apply our experience to new projects. Knowledge is power, and it powers our service. Next slide. Now, there are key resources available to us as Lions. The first one is all the resources at lionsclubs.org. And I encourage you to explore the tools that we're about to talk about. There's an entire section called the service journey, where we and also the general public can explore our approach to service at their own pace. My Lion lets Lions and Leos view and interact with service data around the world. In addition to this exciting information and tools available online, we're also developing educational tools such as our new diabetes fact sheet, made possible through the strategic partnership with the International Diabetes Federation to equip Lions and Leos to raise awareness about our global causes. They're available for download at the LCI website, lionsclubs.org. And I encourage all of you to not only go there, but to share this information with the people that you serve in your districts. Next slide. The next phase is the discover phase of the service journey. It's our opportunity. We believe the greatest community impact comes through the people who live within it, but there is always challenges in the way. Resources will likely be needed, and innovative approaches will often be required. There are three key qualities we want to consider, and the questions we want to ask. It is the discover phase. The first part is strength. What can I or my club offer? The second is determination. How can I overcome, and how can my club members overcome? And the third is innovation. What can I do to improve? When we answer these questions and leverage our time, talents, and resources as individuals and collectively as a club and our global organization, we create new path to opportunity. This is the discover phase. Next slide. Again, there are many resources available to us as Lions. And obviously the first one is lionsclubs.org. The website has a rich array of many resources to help us discover and grow our skills. Lions and Leos can explore discovery-rich oriented service toolkit in the start of our service, start of your service section in lionsclubs.org. There's also My Lion display, the dashboard that you can learn about service opportunities and resources. We're going to talk a little more later. The service toolkit itself is a portfolio of downloadable resources designed to help clubs assess, position, and activate for a greater impact in their communities. Discovery-oriented tools include the Club Quality Initiative, the Club and Community Needs Assessment, and I would encourage everybody to look at this Club and Community Needs Assessment. It's a very useful tool. I found it very, very helpful, and we're using it in our club. It helps clubs identify and apply their unique strengths, determination, and innovation to the needs of their local community. Next is develop local partnerships. There's a resource in the service toolkit that helps you and your club strengthen those local partnerships. And last is the fundraising guide that helps clubs understand and plan for both online and event-based fundraising. Next slide. The third phase of the service journey is all about action. We serve. Lions get things done. Just think about what you and your club have leveraged over the years. Now imagine what nearly 1.5 million Lions around the world can do when we unite through service. We are a global force for good. Lions are positioned to impact the world in a way that few organizations can. That's why supporting our global causes, in addition to all our other great ways that we serve, is so important. Through action, we fulfill the promise of our mission. Through action, we change lives together. Next slide. Again, resources available to you at lionsclubs.org include the Service Launchpad to find service project planners that will help you and your club start new projects. Members can also explore and apply for funding through Lions Clubs International Foundations through their website. Again, also My Lion, the member portal, allows users to plan and promote their own service activities. The service project planners, like we just saw a few moments ago, the service project planner are collective of downloadable tools designed for clubs who are ready to engage global causes in their community. such as half-day diabetes family event, and 21 other unique planners that are currently available in the resource center at lionsclubs.org. There currently is 8 total diabetes planners, 4 vision planners, 3 planners in each for hunger, environment, and childhood cancer. Again, each planner contains 6 key sections: a project overview, a task planner, a volunteer planner, a planning checklist, a budget worksheet, and an impact planner. Great resources for you to customize for your own local project. Next slide. The next thing is the service launchpad. And I should have put a poll in because I'd really like to know how many have actually gone to the service launchpad. It's a way for you to answer a few simple questions, and it narrows down your interest and gives you a few examples of projects that you might be interested in implementing. So it's a great way to sort of explore what works best for you and your club and the time that you have available to serve. Next slide. The fourth part of the service journey is celebrate. And we often hear that Lions is the best kept secret. Celebrate is an important part of service. It paves the way for not only celebrating the current project success, but also paves the way for the future success. It's important that Lions and Leos report their service, and they empower those who follow them, follow in their footsteps. The ability to learn from and improve upon past depends on our ability to record it. And so it's nice that Alan had shared that service reporting is up, but as he pointed out, we can do much better. Next slide. Resources to celebrate are MyLion. MyLion, you can share your service with the world by reporting using any tool, any platform, whether it's a phone or a tablet or a computer. As long as you've got a web browser, you have access to MyLion. Lionsclubs.org, there's a service reporting page, houses all the resources and motivation Lions need, including how to report service and how to measure service impact. Celebration wouldn't be complete without stories. Members can also head to lionsclubs.org for published articles about inspiring projects happening all around the world. Finally, social media channels are a great outlet for engagement, and Lions and Leos are encouraged to participate in ongoing celebration of service by following and sharing and interacting with each other and our official social accounts, Facebook and Twitter. So, Polly, I'll turn it back over to you to talk a little more about how the importance of reporting service is.
Thanks, Mark. Next slide, please. Reporting service is a part of the journey of celebration, and there are many benefits to reporting service for individual clubs and districts. Reporting service helps transfer knowledge and best practices to your club's future leaders. Reporting service is a matter of local pride. Reporting puts your club on the map as leaders in your local community, and it's an important way to share success with other clubs in your district and around the world. A high percentage of clubs reporting service is a sign of a healthy district. Reporting gives districts insight into club health and activity and can target support where needed. And of course, reporting service also allow you to become eligible for service awards. Next slide. Clubs and districts also benefit collectively from service reporting. How so? Reporting shines a light on how and where local clubs are making a difference. This elevates the profile of Lions Clubs International as a global service club organization. Service reports provide tangible evidence of our global engagement and impact to prospective partners of Lions Clubs International. These relationships strengthen the organization and yield benefits at the local level. People want to participate in real visible change, and service reporting allow clubs to continually engage communities tell stories more effectively, and ultimately grow their member base. Next. Of course, service reporting benefits the people that Lions serve. Service data helps everyone understand the needs of communities around the world and how our Lions and Leos are serving those needs. Service data enables Lions Clubs International to identify best practices that can be shared globally. Service reports show how Lions and Leos around the world are using funds from Lions Clubs International Foundation grants to serve their communities. This visibility encourages Lions and Leos to think creatively about their own projects and apply for LCIF grants themselves. Next slide. My Lion is where you report your service, but that's not all. You can also plan your service project, message other My Lion users, view service around the world, view basic metrics regarding service activities. You can access My Lion via all digital devices now, your PC, your laptop, your tablet, your mobile, or any device with a web browser. There is also a My Lion mobile app that you can download to your mobile device. I'm going to spend a few minutes just walking you through the steps on how to register and how to report service using the web via a PC. Next slide. Now, I think most of you already have created an account, but if you haven't, you must register first. On lionsclubs.org, you click on the member login, and it's indicated with a red arrow with a 1. So click on the member login text in the top right-hand corner. Next, once you've done that, the next screen you see, you select register, and you'll be walked through the process from there. The next time you click on member login, you'll be able to sign in using your account. If you have any trouble at all, the LCI Member Service Center is available to help. Next. So once you've created your Lion account, reporting service is easy. Simply log in to your Lion account, click on My Lion, then select Report Past Activity option at the top of the page. Next. Then you will see the Report button. Select the Report button, and note that you must be a reporting officer to see this button. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. Next. From there, you simply complete the sections on the single page form and select Report at the bottom of the page, which is indicated with 3B. Next. You'll get a message telling you your report was successfully submitted. Now, we have had clubs which have been locked out of My LCI and My Lion. This is due to clubs not reporting their new officers prior to July the 1st, 2020. Now, LCI has provided a resource to help. The district governor may appoint a district administrator who will be authorized and have access to log into the system and report officers, restore the access, and even report service for a club that cannot report it on their own. This is a good resource to district governors as we try to reconnect with clubs. But a word of caution though, the My LCI system has sensitive personal information. So district governors need to be diligent about protecting the information should they appoint the district administrators. When someone with My LCI access leaves or is terminated, it is your responsibility, district governors, to notify LCI promptly at the address on the form, which is mylci@lionsclubs.org, so that LCI can deactivate that access. We'll include the application for district governors to appoint district administrators. And that form is an automated electronic fillable form in a follow-up email after this meeting. Next slide, please. We've briefly talked about our heritage and service. So we're going to also email to you my Lion and how to report and celebrate service, why report service, which are two documents that easy to read and easy to follow, and instructions as well on how to register yourself as with access to my Lion. And also, as I mentioned, will include the application to the district governor to appoint district administrators to authorize access to my LCI website. Right, next slide. So we've briefly talked about our heritage of service and how we're honoring our first century of service through the service journey. We are global citizens. We are leaders in community and humanitarian service. But even more than that, we are humans. We all have a unique way of thinking about and engaging with the world around us. While no two of us are the same, we are united with what drives us. We serve so a hungry child can have a healthy meal, so a pair of glasses can open tired eyes, so a community can defeat the spread of diabetes, so a world in need can hope. We are constantly learning and discovering and acting and celebrating. We just can't help it. As we serve, we grow personally as well. The current COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting restrictions have impacted Lion's ability to serve in a personal, face-to-face, and collective manner. Hence, we get creative ways and we use technology to carry on our service mission. Mark will share with us some ideas of how we can connect virtually, which will likely generate more ideas on your part to share with your members. Mark, over to you.
Thanks, Polly. As Polly said, and we have all experienced firsthand, our world has changed due to the impacts of the worldwide COVID-19 virus. The tools that have become available to us to stay connected has expanded tremendously on these virtual platforms. And we're going to talk a little more about some of those. And I'm sure some of them you have already taken advantage of, and others may be new. Next slide. Lions serve, and while the coronavirus pandemic has changed the way we live and work, it has not changed who we are. Every day, Lions and Leos around the world are serving safely to ensure the health and safety of their communities and themselves. One important way Lions can serve at this time is to connect with their clubs virtually, to engage in a meeting or a social event, or provide some much needed support and fellowship. And you probably have all had examples where you've connected with people in very different ways. And this roadshow is absolutely a prime example of that. And when we started the meeting, everyone said it's kind of like a family reunion, albeit with virtual hugs and virtual teasing. Next slide. Your club may have already developed a safe strategy to lead your community response to COVID-19. But if you're still looking for new ways to serve, consider these 5 tips for serving safely that Lions clubs around the world have put into action. The first one is to keep in touch. There are many people in our community, such as the elderly, who may not have as many opportunities to communicate with family and friends. Consider recruiting your club into a phone tree to reach out and have a conversation with someone who would enjoy talking to a caring, friendly person. That's a great idea. And it's something that can really not only, as we talked about up front, not only make a difference in the lives of others, but it can help ourselves in the process. The second tip is to get social. Spread hope by sharing stories about how your club is helping your community during this crisis by posting information, providing updates and safety tips. You can start a conversation online and transform your club's social media platform into a communications hub for your community. Another great idea or series of ideas. The third example is to fight hunger. Fighting food insecurity is a great way to provide comfort to those in need without having to leave your home. Your club can support your local food bank or homeless shelter through fundraising, or even by ordering a care package of essentials like toilet paper, toothpaste, and clothing and providing them. Fourth example, give a gift of safety. Consider making masks or donating cleaning supplies to an organization in need. As you serve during this crisis, your personal safety is the most important thing to remember. It's essential that you make sure to take care of yourself so that you can in turn serve your community. And I always think about getting on an airplane. Remember that when we used to get on airplanes? What's the safety briefing? Always put your mask on yourself first before you help others. And that's true in our Lions service too. The fifth one is find a partner in service. Your community is full of experienced professionals and organizations that are also doing their part, and many of them need help, whether it's supporting hotlines or providing translation services. You and your club have the skills they need to strengthen their community's response to COVID-19 without leaving home. One quick example, I was working in the shop the other day and I heard a radio example come on about a hospital in our district that is raising funds in the community for a new 3D imaging machine. And I've heard this ad several times, and all of a sudden it was like, I should have had a V8, because I thought, hey, District Governor Doug Harvey and I were just talking about our district and club community impact grants. And I thought, well, why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we help them? And so I emailed Doug, and we've got a chairperson for that. And we're in the discovery phase. We're trying to learn more about what we can do to provide resources to help them. And it's a great example that I wouldn't otherwise have thought about if I hadn't had a new way of looking at service. Next slide. And of course, donating through LCIF, our foundation. Now, we talk about service, our time and our energy and our passion by putting direct service in place. But when we give a donation, whether it's direct or through a fundraiser like the Stow Good concert, or in the name of somebody that has come to our club or our community, or someone in your community you want to recognize, we put our Lions love in that dollar, and we can make a difference throughout the world. Our foundation has already awarded millions of dollars in grants to support regions with extreme rates of confirmed COVID-19 cases. LCIF is giving priority consideration to these regions. Donations for our COVID-19 response are being accepted through LCIF's General Disaster Fund. Please make a donation to help keep the fight for our families and communities. All donations to these funds are eligible for Melvin Jones and Campaign 100, and learn more about the considerations for application at lionsclubs.org. And also, a new program that I'd like to put a plug in right here is the Lions Legacy Society. We'll be talking about that at the virtual convention, and the three multiple district coordinators will be talking about a wide variety, including the Legacy Society. But it's new, and there's a way to give through estate planning. And please go to that webinar at the convention and learn more, or contact myself or PID Ann. Next slide. The next thing is the virtual event center. If you've not been to the virtual event center, I'd be a little disappointed, because 2 weeks ago we said, please go there and look at the new club development webinar series. Lions and Leos around the world are finding new ways to connect and serve on the LCI's Virtual Events Center. Attend a webinar on the topic of your interest, such as Campaign 100, new club development, social media, or service opportunities. I would encourage you to look at these as a way to grow and to, as part of the service journey, expand your awareness of how you can serve and make a difference. With that, I'll turn it back over to you, Polly, for questions, and maybe we can look, and we've got some time, maybe we can explore some of the good ideas on that were shared for service project. So Polly, over to you.
Thanks, Mark. Lions N and Sharon, you've been monitoring the chat room for comments and questions. I expect that, and I can see that we've got like 28 comments that's been added in the last little while. And so I expect that we have many ideas and examples of unique and innovative service projects. Could I ask you to call on a lion or two to share some interesting ones with us, please?
Ann, have you got any that you picked out? Okay, let's see.
If you'd like
here.
to go ahead, Sharon, because I have been managing the PowerPoint, so our two speakers can do such an exceptional job. So I haven't looked at the chat box yet.
Okay, while
But I
Sharon
will.
is
I've been
searching the
bouncing
chat
in and
box,
out,
yeah.
so
There's one here that was emailed into me by District Governor Doug Harvey, and I'll just share that while you look for an example from the
Okay.
chat box. And
Okay.
it's the Street of Screams, it's called, and it's been done yearly. It's a 3-hour Halloween indoor Lions event, which is certainly most appropriate. And up to 3,000 kids and parents follow an indoor street maze. Local businesses donate to occupy and decorate doors and windows, handing out packaged candy or worthwhile goods. The entrance donation is $1 or 1 can of food, or free because no one is turned away. You know, isn't that so lionistic of us that we do not turn anyone away? If they can donate the $1 or a can of food, so be it. If not, they're welcome. So it addresses 3 service areas. It's a safe and comfortable environment for kids to trick and treat, which is humanitarian. And there's an average of 2,500 pounds of food for the local food bank that's collected that addresses hunger. Business donations create about $7,000 to $8,000 for Camp Leo, and that addresses diabetes. And so this is a 3 key area of services that the project addresses. And District Governor Duck has chaired this for the last 4 years, but unfortunately it's not happening this year. And what he did was up the business donations to voluntarily support Camp Leo by buying various size displays. Some go all out with creating large spooky areas. The cost varies from $150 to $1,000. And it takes about 2 days to set up and 1 to tear down. And also he managed to get one company to volunteer to store all the materials in between the occasions. So thank you for sharing that, District Governor Doug.
Plus, they also get a lot of members out of it too, right? Don't you, Doug? You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Doug.
absolutely. We've some of the biggest donors in this program are actually have become members. People they
Excellent.
do and they like it. So it really works out for getting new members as well.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Polly, we've got a really innovative idea from the Whidbey Island Lions, Bob and Carolyn Odell. If you'd like to share your thoughts on this, on your Christmas village.
And I would suggest while we're doing our little telling our stories here that you all turn your videos on. So I think we can do that without dramatically impacting the reception here, so we can see your faces and listen to you and see you as you're telling your story. So Bob Odell or Carolyn Odell, you want to talk to us about Whidbey Island?
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, this is Bob. Like Mark said, the Lions are one of the best kept secrets around, but we don't want to be a secret. So we started the Christmas Village. It's designed to bring the whole community together. And with that, we've partnered with a local business and actually a drive-in. So we have a lot of space. We can spread out. And we have a pet and zoo that we bring in. We partner with the 4-H club to actually bring in the animals. And the pet and zoo is always a big hit. We have Santa Claus. We have, we give out free toys. We partnered with the church. It's actually given us thousands of free toys that we give out. So every child that comes gets a toy to go home with every day. And we also partner with the NJROTC on base, which is part of the high school, and also the Navy base, which is nearby, to bring out sailors to come out and volunteer with us. So we bring a lot of the community in together. We have a bonfire there. We have, actually last year we had real snow.
Yeah, I guess.
And
Thank you.
oh, thank
You're cutting out severely, Bob, so I'm going to move on to the next one.
Hey, Sharon, if I could just
Yes.
tag on to that, there's a great example, another great example of having partners. And
Mhm.
both examples are classic to what we talked about and in the service toolkit about getting and connecting with partners in the community.
Excellent. I've got one here that's rather unique. And stay-at-home mom with some kids that have not been allowed to go back to school yet, with some really cool ideas that even the kids can get involved. Lisa, you want to share what you put out, what you posted out here? That would be Lisa Aikido. Are you still on the call?
Yeah, she is. She's unmuting herself. There
Hi
she is.
there. So I just, in order to supplement my son's school, because back, in, I guess when March, when we all were told to go home to, do classes online, there wasn't a whole lot going on, and the teachers didn't know what they were doing. So I found this online group that was local to the Tacoma Pierce County area. And this woman has this grant. And the craziest thing is, like, she would just drop off every week, like a care package. And it was like a project. Like 1 week she dropped off bread, peanut butter and jelly, the hair mask, the face mask, the hairnet, and then gloves, and even a sandwich spreader. And so we made sandwiches for the homeless. And so then, and then that was the parents' responsibility to go take it somewhere once you made these 10 sandwiches. And then the next week we got these cute little reflective vests, and he got one of those little pickup sticks because, she allowed us to pick an activity that we would want to participate in. And so then she got him gloves, and it's just been a really fun experience. And he's gotten just like art supplies to make these cards for these senior citizens. And we made bird houses 1 week. We made these little flower seeds with recycled paper to give away to the neighbors. It's just been really fun. And, he's 10 years old. So this has just been a really fun way to enhance his wanting to volunteer and serve the community in a way that a 10-year-old can appreciate it. And it's just been really fun.
Thank you, Lisa.
What a wonderful, wonderful way for your 10-year-old to be actively participating in service, as well as, he's learning now, and
Right.
He's going to be a good volunteer learner and a volunteer leader his entire life from what he's learning right now.
Right.
That's amazing.
And I just happened to find this link on Facebook, and I'm just surprised that more people didn't, jump on this, because I think there's maybe like 10 families, and it's just been a really positive thing. And we've, met these people, and it's just like this little community that we have. And it's, pretty much virtually, she's mailed us some stuff. She's dropped off some stuff, and, and she was pregnant during the whole time, and I didn't even know it.
Well,
So,
Lisa, it may not apply to everybody, but would you mind sharing that link for those that could be? And it will leave it open to those that can reach out and participate in that program. Sounds like a great program.
okay, I can do that.
Thank you so much. Let's go down the page here. Let's go down to Melissa Smith and Potlatch Lions. They have a really cool, unique thing on a cancer care package for kids.
Yeah, it's something we've been kind of kicking. Well, we were kicking around the idea of doing it back before COVID started and things were getting shut down. Um, we're still exploring some of the loop, or what hurdles we might have to tackle to continue this. But what we wanted to do was put together care packages for kids who are going through cancer treatments. Little things like soft blankets, soft hats, socks, chapstick, sugar-free candies, just little things, activity books that they can work on while they're going through treatments, just little things to try to help make them as comfortable as you can while they're going through this. So our hope is to maybe get this going again as restrictions start to ease up a little bit.
Well, thank you. Let's pick up another one down here. We've got Keith Vance, who's outside of our multiple district, coming from Portland Legacy, and MD 360. I think that's all. It's a new project working with nonprofits to give away computers. Do you want to share a little bit about that one?
Sure. There's a local nonprofit here in the Portland area that typically works with low-income individuals. They can come in and volunteer with the organization, and then at the end of their volunteer time, they'll be given a computer that they can take home and have. But once COVID-19 hit, they stopped that program because they didn't want to have the hands-on, obviously face-to-face relationships with the people, but they still wanted to make a difference in people's lives. And so they figured, well, there's a lot of students right now that need equipment. There's families with, multiple kids in school and the family doesn't have a computer, or they might have one, or there's, they even give away like laptops for people that are houseless. And what they were finding was, I just happened to attend a community service network group, and the organization did a presentation, and they said the biggest problem is a lot of people can't come get them because they either don't have transportation or they're immune suppressed and can't go out to get the item. And so I was just like, ooh, Lions Project. And I got really excited because I thought this is perfect for us, because those of us that are able to go out can actually go pick up the device and go drop it off. You don't have to actually go into anyone's home. You're physically doing it, but it's not a hands-on thing, but it can still make this huge impact. So we're just got connected with it, and they've kind of added us to their intake information, so that as people, we're kind of piloting it in one small area. And then if it's successful, I was telling them, like, there's a lot of Lions in the that could help. There's a lot more clubs out here in the area if you wanted to expand the area. So we've just connected on a couple of flyer activities, like letting low-income housing projects know, but we're excited moving forward to be able to do that.
Excellent.
That's wonderful.
And I think we've got time for one more.
Yes, I think we do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Clara Chow, Vancouver Diamond, and I know that's in 19A. Would you want to tell us of your story here about a toy drive? And unmute yourself, dear. There she is.
Is it okay? Yes.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, thank you. Actually, it was before Christmas in September when we start our line year last year, and our club, Vancouver Diamond Lions Club, organized a toy drive for 3 months, and we encourage members to, come in with their toys at the general meetings. And we also, apart from toy drive, we also did fundraising for Christmas for the BC Children's Hospital for the children with sickness or with cancer. And then we have a members social night as a kickoff with dual purposes. And one is to enhance the bonding of the members as we start the line year. And then we collect toys and donations during the evening. And so a lot of toys collected, and then we distribute the toys in Christmas time to the hospital. And we also, present this gift to the siblings of the sick children. And so members, apart from enjoying, the fun and fellowship, and they really, appreciate the opportunity to serve. And so this is the project we did, in September through Christmas. Yep.
Thanks, Clara.
Yep.
Very nice. And do we have time for another one, Polly?
I think we have time for one more. Yes.
Let's go down to Peggy, District Governor Peggy Harriman. She's posted several here, but the one, Peggy, I think that it's not necessarily a group effort, but the Shadle North, what the Lions and the Shadle North are doing, I think it leaves the door open that we don't have to wait on a teamwork project.
Absolutely. Because of this COVID, we've, especially in Idaho or in Washington, you guys have had to social distance quite a bit. And to continue their service, what they've done is they've asked their members to do whatever they could to help their community. And therefore, each member has done different things. They even have, they have a couple of visually impaired ladies. And one of those ladies has written the bylaws for the blind sports organization. She ran a book club discussion, and she set up group contact lists for their organization as well. This is all a volunteer. Another one painted trim on a house. Others delivered cards to their nursing homes. They even had people deliver diapers and diaper wipes to moms. So they've done a lot of different things, but it's individually more than a group activity.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, District Governor Peggy. And thank you for those that came on and shared your experience with our roadshow community. We're going to capture all the ideas and experiences that have been shared in the chat box, and we'll download it into a document which will be included with the email that will be sent out within the next couple of days. So what excellent ideas and examples. And one certainly which we can consider for our own local club and area, and you kind of customize it to how we will work for your club and your community, and it's just great to be able to share all this. It's all real life, hands-on activities that we can all participate and share in. Mark, do you have any closing words for us before I introduce next week's topic?
Well, I would just like to thank everybody for sharing their ideas, and we'll get those ideas out to you from the chat box. I love these efforts that we get to share these ideas, because I'm always amazed at the creativity that we have as Lions. And that's one of the things that I love about being a Lion, is because if you can dream it, you can pretty much go do it. Even though there's 5 global causes, there's so many ways to plug into that, and there's so many ways to customize to make it fit what works for you and your passion of service. So I just applaud all of you for sharing that, and hopefully you can use those ideas and the tools we shared as a springboard to be strong resources for the leaders in your district. So thanks for attending tonight. Thank you, Paul.
Great. Well, and next week, Wednesday, October the 21st at 7 p.m., same place, same time, we're going to look at the 4th focus area in the membership initiative, which is resources to support the district leadership. And one of the things that we would like you to start thinking about, and we'll remind you in the reminder email that will be sent out next Tuesday, is think about who and what do we train in MD19? Who should we be training? And what should we be providing our district membership? It could be the regular Lions, it could be the club leadership, it could be zone leadership or district leadership. So start to think a little bit about that, and we'll certainly have the opportunity to share some of that as well. So thank you again for joining us tonight. And again, feel free, please, to email us with any comments or feedback you may have. We always enjoy hearing from you. So Good night to all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Good job, Polly. Good job, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Ann.
everybody.
Thank you,
you all.
Sharon.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you for your help. Good night, Dorothy. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Polly. And I love Sharon's little companion there.
Yes, indeed. You look so comfortable.
It's really snuggled right in.
For sure.
Oh.
Good to see you, Hans.
Hi, Polly. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi,
Thank
Donna.
you.
Hi,
Thank
Donna.
you.
Bye, Idaho.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Idaho friends. Good to see you.
Bye.
See you all next week.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Hans.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good.
Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Good to
Polly.
have
Good to
you.
see everybody.
Yes, indeed. Mark, are you downloading the chat box, saving the comments in the chat
I've
box?
saved
Oh, you
the chat
saved it?
box. I'm
Okay.
gonna turn off the video now.